Hey guys, Ollie from Local Knowledge here. Today I'm going to talk about rock fishing. I want to start with the basic rockfish rig that we use on our boat, and it's really simple. What I start with is 60-pound fluorocarbon. I like the 60-pound fluorocarbon because it's springy, and what that does is it holds your hooks off of the line and it prevents them from twisting up and tangling less. It's still going to happen, but it's definitely a lot less with the heavier line. Take your 60-pound fluorocarbon, tie your favorite knot to a small swivel. And what this will do is when that fish is coming up, it'll take all the spin out of it, and hopefully you don't spin the fish off of the hook. The next thing that we do is we come down, 18 inches or so, and we're going to tie a dropper loop knot or a surgeon's loop. And then another 18 inches or so below that, and you can go up to 2 feet on this, whatever you're feeling like. I'm going to do the same thing, tie another one. I'm going to put a hook on. Now for the hook, I like to attach the hook by putting the loop through it and then tying a Palomar knot on top. And that again just keeps the hook oriented. It doesn't slide up and down the line. The hooks I like to use for cod fishing are a little different than what most people do. This is a Mustad Demon circle hook. And you can either use the offset or the inline. I actually prefer the offset a little. I think you hook a few more fish. You just loop it over, tie your Palomar knot, you're good to go. Then at the bottom of your rig, you're gonna tie a big loop to put your sinker on. And the reason for this is, if you get more current or the wind starts blowing, you simply just unloop this sinker and then change your weight. It makes it nice and simple. This would be sort of my go-to rig for deeper water cod fishing. This is a Penn 40 lever drag Fathom, and I'm using a stiffer rod again. This is a Carnage 6'6", and it's rated at 50 to 130 pound braid. It's a nice stiff rod. It'll help you manage those heavier sinkers. A lot of times we're using 16-ounce sinker, which is pretty heavy and a lot heavier than most of the lures you're gonna use. Shallower fishing with lighter weights, I just scale down my rig. This is a Fathom 25 lever drag. I'm using a lighter rod. This is a 7-foot Carnage, and it's rated to 30 to 80 pound braid. Rockfish day to day seem to want different bait. Sometimes they want a live sardine, perfect. Pin one through the nose or even hook one through the back, send it down with this rig. Some days when we're trying to target bigger fish, we'll use a live mackerel. And a live mackerel from sort of this size to, you'd be surprised how big of a bait they can eat. They can really actually get down a 10 or a 12-inch mackerel, no problem. With the bigger macs, you can expect to catch bigger lingcod, bigger red rockfish, red vermilions, and also the big boccaccio really like to eat them. And then the other thing that we've been doing, which really changed cod fishing for us, is on one of the hooks, we're always running a Berkely Gulp. We use these giant saltwater grubs. They're like a 6-inch grub. Everybody knows the Gulp's got the stinky scent to it that definitely catches fish, and they last all day. The other thing that we really like about the grub is, so you send your rig down, you're fishing deep, say 350, 450 feet of water, in Mexico, of course, where it's legal, and you feel a bite, but you miss it. Oh, feel another bite, but you miss it. They're never gonna pull this off your hook. So even if your live bait gets stolen, you're still gonna be in the game with this. The other bait that we really like for rockfish when we're mixing things up is a slab of mackerel fillet. So we'll just basically really quickly fillet out a mackerel, take that little triangle fillet, maybe cut it in half and then split the end of it so it gives it a little tail to it. It's got some action, pin it through the hook twice and drop it and you're good to go. That's really the fundamentals of what we're doing. In another video later on, we'll kind of talk about structure, where to look for them, how to really target them at different depths and all that. But this is the basic rig that you're gonna need. These are the rods and reels that you're gonna wanna use, and this is what works for us. If you have other techniques or tricks, I'd love to hear about them. Please put them in the comments. And if you like this video and you wanna see more like it, please click the subscribe button over here. Another great video coming up right behind this that you can click down here to see. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate it.